Hello and welcome to this new Robust Insight video. We are going to present the user model. How to access to the user model? First of all, we need to go to the web page of the project, go to Resources and Tools, and once into Resources and Tools, we can go to the user model. Once into the user model, we have three options: user management, training plans management, and educational resources and activity search. If we go to the users management, we are going to be able here to add a new user and to add different IDD profiles to him or to her. We are going to click on add new user. We are going to write a name, destination for video, it is male, 23, institution, University of Leon, and we are going to save it. And now we have it on our list of users. On our list of users, we can delete a user, we can edit a users, and also we can manage profiles. What is a profile? A profile is a different set of features associated with the disability and the user. In this case, we are going to go to manage profiles, we are going to go to create a new profile, and here we are going to write down name of a profile, testing user for video, a description, testing user video description, and we have to consider a level of a disability. In this case, we are going to consider ADHD moderate. Once we have this, we can select some features of these students. For instance, social communication and interaction, restrict repetitive patterns, inattention, hyperactivity. While we are selecting these options, we have here new or different educational difficulties. We need to also select some educational difficulties, okay, and we can create a profile. Once we have the profile, it is associated to our user, okay, and it has here all the information. If we go back to the users, here we have our users. In manage profiles, we have it. In fact, we can also, if we would like, to include a new profile for a different level of disability or a different disability. In this case, we are considering the possible comorbidity situation. Okay, if we go again to home, once we have created our user, we can define a training plan for the user. In the training plan list, we can create a new plan list, a new plan. We can clone one of the existing ones. Just if you have students, for instance, with an IDD and you think that it's the same for a new student, what you would like to apply, you can clone it, okay? You can manage activities, we will comment them later, and we can delete one of the learning plans. So we are going to go into learning plans, we can put a name, and select a user. I'm going to put here learning plan just to have it clear. Okay, so we are going to create a plan, and a plan is going to be based on activities. Okay, so we have here our plan and we can manage its activities. How many activities could have a plan? Those that you consider. Each activity is going to deal with an educational difficulty, and it's associated to one or several learning goals. Okay, so I'm going to go to add a new activity. Okay, so I'm going to create improve focus in math with a robot using now robot to teach maths. Okay, I'm going to select one or several difficulties. Okay, and here we have all the ones that we have. We are going to select impulsiveness. Okay, and I'm going to check several learning objectives. I'm doing it on randomly, and also I'm going to check learning maths concepts because it's related with maths. Of course, you know your learning objectives, you can select it properly. Okay, so I'm going to create an activity, and in this case I have an activity created for this learning plan for this student. Okay, I can add new activities or even manage resources. Okay, what is a resource? An educational resource is something that you can use to carry out your activity. You can use one or several resources per activity. So we can go to manage resources, and here I can add one of them. These resources have been included into our project portal through a form, So these resources are integrated also into the user model, and we can use any of them. I'm going to select now robot because I was commenting on the description that we were going to do an activity with an now robot, but I'm going to add another one, also a paper robot. Okay, so I have here two resources. Here is the description, and here we can see that we can remove it or even add some more. Okay, so now we have these assigned resources. We can go back to our activity list, and here we have our activity. We can have several activities, as I told you, and we can go to our learning plans that are here. Okay, so in this way we have seen how to create a user profile, how to create a new user, a user profile for an intellectual and developmental disability, a learning plan including one or several activities, and each activity could have several resources. Now we are going to go to the last functionality, educational resources and activity search, and here we can see that we can search by different criteria. The first one is by difficulty, the second one by learning objectives, and the third one is by user profile. Once we go into the search system, we can select, for instance, the difficulty. Okay, I can select one of these difficulties. I'm going to select impulsiveness. It was one that we considered for our previous user. I can search, and here I have possible activities to deal with impulsiveness based on the learning plans that we have created. And here we have created, as in our institution, or could have been created on our portal and in the user model. And here we have the educational resources that can be used for dealing with this educational difficulty. Here we can see details on the resource, and if there would be some kind of related activities, this can be seen here. Okay, we can go back to the search resources, and we can search by other element, in this case by learning objectives. I can select one or several of these learning objectives. I'm going to select learning math concepts, and here we can see several activities created on different learning plans that deal with this learning objective, and several resources that could be employed into it, for instance the paper robot. Okay, so now if I go to search resources, I can look for a specific user profile. So I can go here, I can go for my testing user for video and search for it. And here, if we could have different profiles for the same student, we can select which of them we would like to consider, but if not, we can just use the any profile option and have all the profiles for this student. And here we have the recommended educational resources with the difficulty that they are dealing with and the feature associated to this difficulty, and also of course the possibility to see the details. And also we have educational activities that we have created into a learning plan for this specific profile. Okay, and I could see also here the details of the activity. Okay, and that's all. So we have three search resources. We can search by educational difficulty, we can search by learning objective, and we can search by a specific user profile. In any case, we are going to have different activities, different different resources that could be associated with the element that we are looking for, difficulties, learning objectives, etc. So that was all, and if you have any question, please, you can contact us through the Robots.in portal, and even you can write to any of us looking into our profiles. Thank you very much for your attention.